Hey, Doug.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. Just going to let you talk to Candace because you said you've talked to her before, but please, I do ask you to be respectful to her, okay? Because she's
Sure.
very.
I'm always respectful. I wanted to thank you for having me up, first of all.
Oh, you're welcome.
I have Candace, and I was driving and I was voice texting at the same time. But I can tell you that we have spoke. My dog can confirm it. Let me open my camera up so you can see me. All right, so we have spoke. I actually offered you guys in Malibu. It was 200. Like I'd say almost $80,000 worth of rehab for you and Dawn. It was also including an advocate to help you with your kids in the courts while you guys were getting rehab and getting help with what they asked you to. So we had spoke, and it was right before. It was right when you had those ladies. They were going to pay the $5,000 to get your teeth fixed, and you were in a lot of pain. And we spoke about 3 or 4 times actually. You, me, and Dawn.
Candace. Candace, are you there? Hang on. She has a bad connection.
It's okay.
Hey, Candace. Because she wanted you to come and talk to her.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm going to jump down and I'm going to give her a call.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she has bad service where she's at. So she
goes in and out all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
We're used to it.
Right. But she really is a nice person, Dawn. Sorry, Doug. I'm sorry. If you got to know her, there she is. There she is. She's come back up.
Hello?
There you are.
Oh,
can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you.
Doug, I'm sorry if I don't remember that all.
Uh-huh.
I just sit here and pray for Summer and my baby.
We all want to find Summer, and all of us are passionate, whether the people in chat, whether the people get along. People bump heads because we all want to find Summer that bad, or find answers at least.
Hey, I do too.
And there's just questions that that a lot of us have, Candace. And when you said there's kind of stipulations when I can come up here and ask you kind of certain questions, like don't ask stupid questions. I just don't feel anything stupid to find Summer. I'm not trying to mock.
It depends on what you're asking.
Okay, so why don't you lay down some ground rules, and then that way I don't have to possibly cross the line. Is there anything that I should know ahead of time? Like, because I would like to ask a few questions, but I don't want to overwhelm you.
Okay, so if you want to know, I sit back and
guys, I had a show already. I was already having a show tonight, right now. So I'm on for you guys right now, and then I'll go over and do my show. But I'm
okay, so
time, that's all.
I'm gonna make this quick for you. I sit back here and I wonder about the what if. What if I come in? What if I come in here with her? What if I not went out and took care of my mom's knee brace, and I was in with kids and all that?
Can I ask you what kind of knee brace did your mom wear? Was it like a ace bandage? Was it what kind of knee brace was it?
One of the doctor prescribed her.
Okay, so when you had to put it on, was it how did you have to put it on or help her put it on?
I had to go up over top of her ankle and her foot and put it up on her knee.
Was it over like a pair of pants or was it under? Do you remember?
On top.
On top. Okay.
Was it
and that morning?
Was it her that asked you to go, or did you take her to go?
No, she asked me to take her to.
Okay, she asked you. And what time do you guys think you left around that morning? Do you know?
We left here about 8:30.
8 or 8:30. Okay. So you guys obviously didn't get to the ER at 8 o'clock like everyone's stating, right?
No. But if you want to know the whole thing, I will meet you in person, and then we can talk.
I'm in California. I mean, we can even talk about this off air. I have no problem doing this stuff off air and keeping it off air. I'm just trying to figure out the 2 to 6 hour timeline that everyone says that is missing. So if there's things that we could do, obviously there's just little questions that I can ask, and it helps us try to redirect that. Yeah, Sharon, we talked about it. I'm live already. I was already live on my channel. I have a show to do after this, but I wanted to come on and be respectful. So I was already live when I came over here. So I apologize.
Well, I really don't appreciate the part that where you would tell Donnie you were really respectful, and then he hung up really disrespectful.
When was this?
Just a few days ago.
Oh, when he came on the show, because he had lied to me, Candace.
Well, I don't know nothing about that.
Right. No. He had lied to me, and I said, "Listen, I'll make a deal with you, Don. As long as you don't lie to me, then we'll have this relationship where I won't poke, I won't do any of that. It's just keep it about Summer. But the only way that I could get Don's attention sometime is to poke, and I don't do it intentional to try to hurt people's feelings.
Well, I don't lie to anybody.
Okay.
I have no reason to lie.
What time did you guys get home that day from the swim hole?
3:30, 4 o'clock, maybe 5.
And when you guys went to the Walgreens in the morning with your mom and Hunter, did you guys go back to your house right after that?
After I drop Hunter off, we come right back home.
No, I'm talking the morning time. So you pick him up so you're at the hospital. So you go pick him up, and then you go pick up your mom. So you have Hunter and your mom, and then you go to the Walgreens to drop off the prescription, right?
Yeah.
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 Okay. So you and Hunter go and drop off the prescription, and then so you guys go back to your
But
house.
my mom was with me.
Yeah, your mom was with you, right? Right. Your mom and Hunter, right? So you guys go back to your house after that.
Oh, sorry, I got knocked off again.
That's okay. And so you go home, and your mom. I guess
She'll be back. She'll be back. It happens a lot with her.
Yeah, she has bad reception.
Yeah.
And thank you, Doug, for being respectful when,
No, of course,
that,
of course.
that kind of, that is how, that's a good way to build a relationship.
I'm not here trying to not be I just want to get answers. Again, I'm not here to make enemies, but a lot of people either want to make me an enemy or not. It's just one of those things.
It's just that her feelings was hurt when, like, there was how vicious the chat can get, and they're in there saying such horrific things about her. That's not true. Since I've talked to her, Doug, I have seen so many lies that people have made up, so many lies, and it's just not fair. And she was actually in your chat. I don't think you've seen it, but she was
they were doing so fast that night, and people had told me after. You know what I mean? So
yeah, she was trying to defend herself in chat.
Right.
So.
And I didn't know that was even her in chat. Nobody told me until after that Candace was in chat, or I just didn't see it. I was more focused on talking with Dawn. I mean, she was welcome to come up at the same time. She's never wanted to come on at the same time. And every time that either he comes on or she gets to talk to me, either people call or they get disconnected. It's just seems like I just have the bad luck.
Well, every time that she does come forward and tell her story, it gets twisted. And that's one of the reasons why she don't want to come on and talk about a lot of things, is because people take it and twist it. Just like when she said that people are saying that she was going to go on vacation. We were kidding about that. We were literally kidding.
Right.
It was not, she can't go on vacation right now. She financially.
I hadn't even heard that until you guys had said. I was listening to your show on the way home from my kids' baseball practice, and I heard her on and just listening to you guys. And I was on my way home already to come live on my channel. And you guys are welcome to come over anytime, and I'll throw up your guys' links over here too as well. Again, no disrespect, and live at the same time. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, it wasn't you that started the rumor. It was another Click channel that started the rumor. That I don't know who started the rumor. They're saying it's Chris M about Robin Lane taking her money and fixing the house up. Let's
just be obvious here. Like, what parent who's missing a child really in this stage still goes on vacation? I mean, honestly, if people can use their own heads and be like that, that's BS. Come on.
No, I'm talking about, they're saying Robin Lane took her money, her retirement, to fix up Don and Candace's house, when that's not true at all.
Why would she do that?
Huh?
That's why, just because she loves summer doesn't mean that everyone's just gonna milk their retirements and take care of the house, right?
Right. Hang on, just a second. Candace is texting me. Christine, are you there, Christine?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, hang on just a second.
Yeah, it's hard for Candace and Don. I know Don, he feels like he's got to come up and he's got to defend his. I mean, what father, husband wouldn't feel that has to come up and defend their family? You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, I was having trouble hearing you there. I think audio cut out a little bit. You said
Can you hear me
Candace is
now?
calling. Yeah, we can hear you now. I can.
Okay. Said Don. I know Don. He gets really upset because he's a father. He is a husband, and he sits back and hears all these exaggerated lies that people tell on him. And yes, he feels like he's got to come up and defend himself. Candace, she's more reserved and more laid back, and just being mean to the parents is not going to help find Summer. It's not.
It's depending how you catch them, to be honest with you. On like, if you catch them separately, it's easier to talk probably to both of them separate, to be honest.
Yeah, but how are people going to feel when they find out that Doug and Candace had nothing to do with Summer's disappearance?
I definitely had nothing to do with Summer's disappearance.
I didn't either, but I'm just saying.
Oh, you mean Don and Candace? You just said Doug and Candace. Okay, you meant Don and Candace. Yeah. Yeah, I got called Doug Wells before too. Don't worry, it's okay. It's fine. I had a mullet one time. Somebody called me Candace, and it was from behind though. It was all good. It's all good.
Oh my goodness. No, it's just frustrating because they're not. Listen, law enforcement has not said. They said everyone. Yes, it does include Don and Candace too, and Grandma. Everyone is everyone in this case. They're not. Right. They're not ruling out anyone, and that means the neighbors. That means everybody that was around her that day. That's including the tree trimmers that seen them leave out that morning. It's including everyone, including Fred Hill, who came up on the hill and got a junk car for Don that day. It includes all of that.
Is Candace coming back or?
No, she's not. She's upset. She said she just got too upset and that.
I hope I didn't upset her. I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay. She said, but like she said before, if you ever are in the area and you want to talk person to person with her, she will sit down with you and talk to you. And she's talked to other people about the timeline as well, not just and she's told me the same thing, Doug. So
right.
she just
told me something major though that's really big in the timeline, and I don't know if you guys caught it, but maybe you guys should just go back and listen to what we talked about just now.
I don't know, but like she has a hard time with people that don't like to be she don't. she's got a bad heart right now too, and she just don't want to get upset.
No, I get it. I wouldn't have even asked any questions. You guys asked me to come up, and as long as I was respectful,
Well, yeah, you are.
All I did was I was told, don't
No, I
shoot
understand.
the messenger.
No,
No,
I
she just means in
understand.
general.
I'm
Not just
sorry. Like,
Yes.
the thing is that she's told us that too. Like, she's like, if you ever meet with me in person, I will tell you. She has told other creators, but she don't want it all over YouTube because people.
Yeah, my thing is this: I'm not looking to fly to Tennessee, and I'm not looking to find any more friends. That's just what's not happening here. I'm not trying to get close to them like that. I'm just trying to help find Summer. That's all. And I'm not trying to be rude at all to say that. I mean, there's so many other cases and things that I want to do every day as well. But it's just I'm not trying to become like a friend, like, you know what I'm saying, like hang out in this or get to know the Candace and what she likes to do and all that. That's and unfortunately that's kind of sounding rude, but it's not. That's just not my purpose. It's just
Hey,
not.
Doug,
I'm just being
can I
honest.
ask you a question?
Sure.
Okay. So she has been, both the parents have been questioned by TBI, FBI, and Hawkins County. If
Okay.
they cannot find where Summer is, do you think that any of the questions that you ask is better than what the FBI, TBI, and Hawkins County can do?
I'm just asking questions that they probably asked that you guys aren't asking.
Well, it's not us. We're not law
Or anybody.
enforcement.
Nobody wants to ask the hard questions or get the answers of where the time
I'm sure the law enforcement has asked the hard questions. Don't you think?
don't get me wrong. This is going to be a circumstantial case. Let's just be honest. This is going to be circumstantial, and somebody's going to jail without a body. That's all. That's pretty much what I figure here.
But
I'm Sherry.
Not
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Sherry. Nice to meet you.
And I'm trying to be, I am being respectful when I ask you that. It's just saying
Sure.
that,
I
you
got
know,
thick skin.
law
I'm not.
enforcement has, you know, asked her and drilled both of them and, you know, Grandma too, not just Hawkins County, but also the TBI and also the FBI. I'm just saying, if they have built their timeline and asked all the hard questions that law enforcement needs to ask, how are we going to do better than the TBI, FBI, and Hawkins County?
Then why is anybody up here talking about it at all? Then nobody's
I'm
supposed to
just
do anything.
asking
Well, how do you know that we're not?
Well, let me ask you this.
How do you know? Actually, how do you know that we're not? You don't.
Well,
you don't know that. You don't.
but-
That's fact. You don't know that.
But here's the thing is, you know, usually when you're talking to law enforcement, you know you have to tell the truth. Just because you ask the question to someone, well, you're not law enforcement, they don't feel like they have to tell you the truth. They can say whatever they want because you're not law enforcement. They don't feel like they have to answer questions to, you know, and I'm sorry if you feel, I'm
I never
trying
told
not
them to
to
answer
come
my
off being,
questions. They contacted me. You guys asked me to come up here and ask the questions. That's what I'm
I'm
doing.
not trying, no, Doug, I'm not trying to, like, you know, be mean, or I'm just trying to just have a conversation and just ask you, you know, and to
I
say,
understand where you're coming from, though, Doug. I mean, the thing is, as I know that we all love Summer. We're all
Right.
want Summer found, and we all want to know what in the world happened to this baby. But what if somebody did come up there and take her?
exactly.
I mean,
I'll answer this to Lynn too. Lynn, no, I didn't. And I talked to Don about that. I have a recording of it all on my channel if you guys want. But Lynn, big time stuff. Stop that stuff. I didn't get Don pulled over. He got him pulled over. Don got Don pulled over. Doug didn't get Don pulled over. And Doug didn't call the cops on anybody. Believe me, I don't have time for that kind of stuff. Number one.
Doug didn't.
Number two, that's not what I'm here for.
No,
I don't want Don to get in trouble for anything more than he's done.
Yeah, Doug, I know you didn't call the police on.
Never.
No.
well, and the thing is that I feel like Candace opened her house up to Chris McDonough. She told the story to Chris McDonough, and look what happened. She was ripped apart. Like, everything about that interview was ripped apart. I mean, she didn't have to do that. If you think about it, if she was so guilty, why would she have done that interview in the first place? You know what I mean?
Do murderers go to church?
Some of them do.
Mhm.
They absolutely do.
Same thing.
But she's not been named as a prime suspect. And I understand where you're coming from, but
Well, the parents are prime suspects for sure. Right? They're the first people they look at, aren't they?
sometimes. But
It's
look
usually
at all these
typically-
other cases. Look at Athena. Athena's stepmom. We were ready to throw her under the bus. And if they wouldn't have found out that the UPS man took her, FedEx guy, then we would still be blaming her. You know, in some cases it is true. Look at Quentin Simon's mom. You know, and I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, this is the decade, or this is probably the year or the past 2 years of the worst parents in the world. The pandemic wasn't the COVID. It's damn parents killing their kids. That's the pandemic right now. It seems like all parents are killing their kids right now. Look what's going on in courts. All this stuff.
Right. And just like what me and Candace was talking about earlier about the little girl, she was 3 years old. Her father FaceTimed her mother and murdered her in front of her own mother. This just happened a few days ago. And like, we talk about stuff like that. Like no way I would have, he will never even would have made it to court. It's stuff like that she says to us that, and I even tried to defend Billy Joe to Candace, and she said, no, I feel like Billy Joe is just as guilty as Leilani because she should have never left Leilani alone with the baby. I know that.
Yeah, but I just see that's you mixing cases when you especially when you're talking to parents about their own kid. If you start mixing other parents' cases and the parents are actually guilty, it's kind of weird, right? Like when you're trying to explain to her about a case and it turns out every time that the parent killed their kid or had something to do with it, it's kind of weird.
You really think Candace and Don would intentionally hurt their baby girl?
No, I never said that.
What do you think happened,
I think it was an accident cover-up. I think it was an accidental death, and I think it was a cover-up because it had to be covered up because of certain reasons. And I'm not here to try to persuade anybody here or anything like that. I'm just telling you I have my opinions of what could have happened, and I think it's an accident cover-up. And that's all. I just think that Candace, if in fact her and Hunter were under the influence, if something were to happen to Summer, they couldn't go to the doctors because if they find out a 15-year-old's under the influence of alcohol and drugs, and so is the person that's with him, that's an adult, there's a problem there.
Okay, but So if you think that Summer died on that hill, why didn't they pick up the cadaver dogs? Never picked up on the hill, nor in
Well,
any of
let's just start here. Why don't I just clue you in on what I asked her at the beginning of this, and the one question I got out of her about the hospital is probably the biggest one, because I said that I told her that so you left your mom at the hospital, you go to pick up Hunter, and then you go and take the Walgreens and drop off the Walgreens, right? And then you go back to your house. Well, the one thing I neglected to mention was who?
Summer.
Yeah, because she left her at home. Put that in your timeline later, guys.
left her at home. What in the world?
She was caught on cameras. So how do you leave a kid at home if she was caught on cameras?
Right.
Exactly.
There's cameras at the horse park.
Exactly.
There's cameras at Sonic. There was cameras all over. They seen her that day. So
Right.
that makes no sense.
They seen her at the Sonics that day.
Yeah. So that makes no sense.
You won't think about it. They said 18
So that just destroyed his credibility right there. Because
Right.
the camera said that they seen her. So his theory was just shot in the ass right then and there.
pretty
As
much.
simple as that. Because
Well,
has he even been to Kingsport, Tennessee before? Has he ever been to the Hill?
No, he's
No.
from
He has
California.
not. So his theory, well, Summer was left there with her brothers. No, because she was seen on cameras. And there's cameras literally everywhere you go. in
not only
Kingsport.
that, there two of the tree
Every
trimmers
other
said that
red light.
they told the TBI that they saw both Grandma and Candace and Summer that was in the back seat leaving Ben Hill at that time at 8:30 in the morning.
So there goes his credibility and his theory. So that just proves right there he's full of shit.
He's
Right.
just reaching.